Hello there, welcome to this channel. Today we're going to talk about why people manipulate us, control us, or even abuse us emotionally. Why do people do that? So subscribe, tune in, share this this video. It's very important because I know you, like me, have people in your life, close to your life, that try to manipulate you or are actually manipulating you, trying to control you. And I just want us to talk a little bit about that. Why people, do that, manipulate others. First of all, what's going on in their minds? The people that actually do the manipulation, what's going on in their minds, or what's going on that they have this kind of behavior? Because somehow understanding this will help. He will help you, how to relate with them, and what to do. First of all, these people that have this kind of behavior, they are people that may have very deep emotional wounds. They were hurt, they were somewhere, they have especially fear of rejection. And what happens with fear of rejection, it actually it is in three. It goes in three strands. So when people feel rejected or like they are being rejected, and remember, it's a lie of the enemy, right? It's not necessarily anybody has rejected them, but something happened in their life and they feel like people will reject them. And what happens is that when that spirit or that goes in their mind, then they start feeling, they become rebellious, So rejection breeds a rebellion, and then rebellion actually forms its own identity, or somebody becomes a rebellious person, and then after that it forms, or it breeds abandonment. So it kind of, those three go side by side. So most of the times people that manipulate others, control, or have allowed this spirit of control, or what other people call witchcraft or spirit of witchcraft, they are going through those kind of emotional problems. Again, feelings of rejections, feeling like they are not enough, feeling like people are about to abandon them, feeling low self-esteem, all the things that the enemy has set as a platform in their heart, so that they feel they are so afraid. These people are really, really afraid of rejection, and afraid of failure, and afraid of so many other things. And so what happens, because they want to control that, they have to control that to feel significant, to feel that they are in control, to suppress the fear. Then that's why they want to control people and manipulate people. You, like me, you have these people who will give you silence treatment. They will block off you in social media if you say something that they don't agree with you. Maybe they are a family member, if you have a conflict, they cut you off, they don't want to talk to you. It's a way of manipulation. It's like they are teaching you a lesson, or even in a relationship where somebody just tries always to be dominant. It's like they want to have the upper hand in things. These are people that are really scared. They are afraid to lose control, and so they are trying to take it through the unhealthy ways, and unfortunately that is trying to control other people. And these controlling behaviors, this kind of behaviors, you find that these people are just victims, and I know you don't want to hear that, but these people are victims of their own, of all this unhealed part in their souls that are making them, behave that way. Now, this is not to give an excuse, and as a matter of fact, the video is how to help you to stop that behavior in your life, if you have somebody like that. The first thing, and there are very many ways you can do that, but I just want to give 2 or 3 simple steps. The first one is that once you recognize that, you have to disconnect yourself from these people, and the best way to disconnect from people with that kind of behavior is, if you can, physically. If you're in a relationship like this, you definitely want to leave it, because it leads to even physical, emotional abuse. But sometimes it's somebody you can't leave. Maybe it's your child, maybe it's your parent. So by disconnecting, I mean forgive them, because these people will cause you great pain, especially when they are close to you. Because that's actually what they want to do. They want to teach you a lesson. They want to make you feel insignificant. And just to remind you, the reason that they have even managed to control you or to manipulate you is because, also you need to work on yourself. Maybe there's unhealed parts of you. Maybe you need to work on yourself esteem as well. So not to blame you, but just to tell you why also whatever is going on in your soul could be a breeding ground for this type of behavior. So as you work out yourself, your self-awareness, your self-development, whatever issues you have, you cut these people off. There is no way you can be able to come out of it still relating with these people. Again, if disconnecting with the people is in so many ways. For me, it means forgiveness. That's fundamental. If they have caused you so much hurt, if they have because the heart can be, it's in a spectrum, right? It can be so bad. And if you don't disconnect yourself through forgiveness, forgiving them, you're gonna find that you're carrying that pain, you are carrying them, whatever, even past the relationship you had with them. So the first thing is to process whatever is going on, whatever pain they have caused you. Forgive them and come on the other side where now you can see things objectively. And when you start seeing things objectively, that's when you start seeing them as people who are really hurt, and you can even actually pray for them at that time. Okay, so it's a process, but the first thing is to recognize that this behavior is unhealthy. Okay, there are even people who don't realize manipulation is unhealthy, and so they are trauma bonded with these people, and it's causing you pain, it's causing you to shrink, it's causing you not to move forward, because these people will really frustrate you. This kind of behavior will really frustrate you, especially if these people are close to you. They will frustrate you. So disconnect and work on yourself. Okay, and people don't realize, but when you do this, it's also a way of loving these people. Whenever you enable people with unhealthy behavior, you enable them, you allow them to emotionally abuse you, you allow them to manipulate you. When they are angry at you, they blow up on you, they give you silent treatment, you're always, calling them, begging them. That's not love, because really you are enabling them. If you love them, you're gonna let them go. Letting them go through forgiving them and praying for them, but also not letting them continue with that behavior on you, because if you allow them to continue that behavior, that's not love. God does not, even though God loves us just the way we are, He doesn't want to leave us just the way we are. That's why when Christ comes to us, in our hearts, He wants to cleanse us. He wants to teach us. He wants us to grow so that we can know who we are. So he's not, God does not leave us, just want us to have these bad behaviors we have even towards God. So should you, if you have a loved one that have these manipulative behaviors, you should not enable them in that behavior. So because of what I just said, the next step is create firm boundaries, healthy boundaries around these type of behavior, around this type of people. You create a behavior, you tell them, if you do this, this and this will happen. Now, some of them are so manipulative that they don't even want to talk to you. They will blow up, they will block you, they will punish you. But even if they don't, create that boundary anyway. Create that boundary and tell yourself, somebody cannot call me these names, or they cannot do this, and create that boundary for yourself, so that when they come next, you don't allow them to do that. And if you can talk about them, you will tell them that you cannot behave this around me, and if you do, these are the consequences. When you give people consequences, it gives them it prepares them on what happens when they break those boundaries. And so in that way, again, you are creating a healthy, you are protecting your heart too. You are guarding your heart, because God has said to guard your heart. Because if you don't, people who manipulate you, because they are hurting, remember we have said this, their manipulation is coming from the unhealthy, unhealed parts of themselves. So if you don't stop it, they're gonna infect you with the same thing they have. If it's hatred, if it is anger, if it is, you've had people say that there are people who will bring the worst out of you. Yeah, these toxic people will bring the worst out of you if you don't actually stop the behavior. It is you who will stop it. They are not going to stop it. If you enable them, it will just grow and grow and grow, and they will get worse and worse, and you will also get infected. You'll be paralyzed. And I usually say that just without people on the outside, just yourself, you have so much to work on. Why do I have to carry somebody else's problems, somebody else's mess on me? Why? That is something you have to ask yourself, and definitely, like I said, create a boundary. So I hope I've just given you those 2 tips. There are definitely other ways, other things, and maybe you can share in the comments, how you stop this kind of toxicity, this kind of people that manipulate you in your family. Share with this community, on the comments. What do you do? What have you done that has actually succeeded? What I shared is what I do, what I've done. And I think each and every one of us has this kind of person, or you used to be that kind of a person. So in a way, I also used to be a manipulative person in my younger years, and I remember that it wasn't healthy. I knew it wasn't healthy, but I was also just trying to cope with the pain. So if you are like me and you have been healed, and you know what you did, even to get healed, share with us. Would like to know, because there is somebody else probably who needs that information on how to even get healed from this kind of relationship with people that manipulate, and they control us and emotionally abuse us. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please again just subscribe and share it, and until my next video, stay well.